Hi kids, happy Friday. I was talking with Miss Nancy the other day about this really cool craft that I found that I thought you might quite like. And I said to her, Miss Nancy, I think this would be a really good idea for you to do in one of your afternoon video sessions. Miss Nancy, like all good Sunday school teachers, said, that's a great idea, Ewan. Why don't you do it? So here I am, me with the beard and not Miss Nancy without. It's kind of like a hidden object craft. So what I have here is I have a blob. Could be it's a caterpillar, and you know that caterpillars turn into butterflies. So what I decided to do was have my caterpillar turn into a butterfly. And the way I do this is I put it into water. So I have my bowl of water here, and I have my caterpillar. And when I add it to the water, you will see, I hope, that it becomes a beautiful butterfly. So that's my craft for you, and Ian is going to show you how to make these.
So, the way you can do this craft at home is you'll either need a napkin or a piece of kitchen towel. Either one works. You're going to fold it in half. Now, it should be this size. On this part of it, draw the more detailed part of the picture. So, I'm going to draw a tree. And add a few nice apples. Make sure you've got something to protect the table. Your mum will thank you for this. And then on the other side, you can sort of see through and see the details of the picture. And so now all you have to do is draw the main bit of the tree. I can guarantee yours will be better than mine. And now we just put it in the water. And oh, there you go.
So I thought that what I would do is use these kind of hidden picture things to tell you a little bit of a story. As you can probably tell, art was not one of the things that I was particularly great at school. That's why I studied physics instead. But I want to tell you a little bit of a story today about what today's all about. So as you probably know, today is Good Friday. And Good Friday is a story that's really all about Jesus. So here's my Jesus. Now, Jesus looked just like all the other people at the time. There was nothing really particularly special about him. He was a rabbi, but apart from that, there was nothing really that distinguished him probably from some of the other traveling rabbis that lived and moved around Judea at the time. But what we know, that they didn't know, was that Jesus was a king. And it was only after all the things that happened that people realized that Jesus was a king. Now, they knew he was a great person. They knew he was a prophet, they knew he was a rabbi, and they knew that he could do miracles. One of the miracles that we often talk about is the miracle of the multiplication of the food, where Jesus, just on his own, with no help from his disciples, he transformed loaves and fish into enough food that was able to feed 5,000 people. So the people knew he was a kind of a special guy, but they didn't know quite how special he was. Now, some of the people who lived in the country at the time, they didn't like Jesus. They didn't like how popular he was. They didn't like how he was teaching the people about God. It was a new teaching, a strange teaching, something that they weren't comfortable with. And so they went to the people who were in charge of the country, and they said that Jesus was saying things which were wrong, and so they arrested him. So they took Jesus and they put him in chains and put him in front of a court with people who were accusing him. Now, what happened after that was they took Jesus to the Romans, and the Roman governor Pilate, he tried to free Jesus, but the people didn't want him to be freed. And so what they did was they took Jesus and they took him onto a hill, and there on Good Friday they set up crosses, and on one of those crosses was the place where Jesus died. And he died for us. He died for you, and he died for me. He died to set us free from our sins. Well, after that, one of Jesus' followers came and asked for Jesus' body. And they took the body and they took it to a place in the hills, and they found a cave, and they put the body in the cave. And they rolled a stone in front of the cave so that nobody could go in or go out. But on Easter Sunday, the stone was rolled away. And what did they find in the cave? Well, I think I might let Miss Nancy tell that story on Sunday. So tune in then and hear what she has to say.